shit, guys! Fire our shit!
Well, howdy folks, and welcome back to your home port. Today I'm looking over a soon-to-be-released Italian light cruiser, Abruzzi. This ship was provided by Wargaming North America to test and review so you guys can decide whether or not you want to spend any of your hard-earned real-world currency upon her. Abruzzi is a Condottieri-class light cruiser laid down in 1933 as part of a final group of 2 ships, there being 12 ships in total broken down into 5 individual production groups. Each group was really a class unto itself, an incremental improvement over with the last 2 ships, Abruzzi and Garibaldi, being larger, better balanced, and better armed than any of their predecessors, including Duca d'Aosta, already in game at Tier 6. Here in World of Warships, Abruzzi shows herself to be a capable ship in a support role and hunting destroyers. Well, let's have a look at the armor profile first. Keeping in mind that this is a light cruiser, the Citadel has armor ranging from 13 to 130 millimeters, and it is a large target with a large portion sitting well above the waterline. Bow and stern plating of 16 millimeters will theoretically stand up to 9-inch guns, but there is also a nice 30 millimeter belt at the waterline from the Citadel to the bow for some added protection there. Turret and barbette armor ranges from 35 to 145 millimeters and are partially protected by the auxiliary room armor sitting atop of the Citadel, showing itself some thicknesses of 15 to 20 millimeters. Overall, Abruzzi is competitively armored compared to other Tier 7 cruisers in the game, also having a better than most health pool of 32,500 hit points to help keep you in the fight. Abruzzi's 152mm guns are alright, as I have the ship configured with a 17-point captain and main battery modification 2, arranged in 2 triple and 2 double-barreled turrets. One of each of these, fore and aft, HE and AP ammunition have maximum damage figures of 2100 and 3100 hit points respectively, while HE has only a 6% chance to start a fire. Despite this low-sounding statistic, I have been guilty of starting many fires on enemy ships with this. While I don't have hard stats to reference, my impression is that Abruzzi's AP is far more effective at, say, 10-kilometer range than the maximum 15 kilometers, which for me kind of negates the usefulness of the spotter plane. Despite ammunition with a very high initial velocity, 910 meters per second for the AP and 995 meters per second for the HE rounds, I'm guessing the shell is pretty light and really loses some effectiveness over distance. Reload time of 7.9 seconds is alright, as is 180 degree rotation of 22.4 seconds and dispersion of 137 meters at range. Where I have found good success is hunting destroyers with the high velocity HE, as it cuts down the need for leading, giving you a better chance of hitting a fast-moving target. Abruzzi has torpedoes, but they should not be considered the go-to weapon on this ship. A good reload speed, 72 seconds, is nice, as is the 12-kilometer range and the 1-kilometer detectability. However, the speed of 51 knots does reduce your chances of hitting an individual target, as they may very well have turned away by the time your torps get anywhere near them. Not to mention there's only 3 of them, 3 on a side. There's 2 triple tube launchers here on this ship. They can still be used for close-quarter self-defense or firing into a group of enemy ships to increase your chances of a hit. Anti-aircraft defenses are given a rating of 30, which will not keep you entirely safe, but will allow you to take out a few aircraft. Abruzzi has 26 AA guns in all, 10 of which have a 2-kilometer range and 16 have 3.5 to 4-kilometer range, with damage per second ratings ranging from 5 to 46 points. Abruzzi also has a defensive AA Fire 1 consumable, which does crank things up a notch. Still, you can't rely on it completely to keep you safe. Maneuverability is Abruzzi's strong suit with a high top speed of 35 knots, turning a circle of 680 meters, and rudder shift time of 7.1 seconds, all of which will help your torpedo beats and dodging incoming enemy fire. Abruzzi is a large vessel, and as such, the 9.5-kilometer detectability by sea range with my 17-point captain, who does have the concealment expert perk, that does seem reasonable. So, what conclusions have I drawn about this ship? Is it worth spending your hard-earned real-world currency on it? Overall, I would say yes. If you play it properly, like all ships, you should do reasonably well. After playing several battles with Abruzzi and examining the specs, I find it to be quite effective at supporting friendly destroyers by bringing its hydroacoustic search consumable to bear while in smoke to help detect ships and torpedoes, and the high-velocity HE ammo and decent rate of fire can really put the hurt on enemy destroyers, who will have a very hard time getting away from Abruzzi with its high 35-knot speed. Well, folks, there you have it. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like down below. And if you really enjoyed this video, hit the subscribe button. Let me know in the comments. As well, be sure to visit my social media pages, both on Facebook and Twitter. This is where I post info that, well, not belonging in a video, it's worth taking a look at. Links to all things in the video description. Alright folks, thanks very much for stopping by and watching. I'll catch you next time.